The Channel3000.com Alert Center. This is News 3 Now at 10.
Thanks for joining us tonight. A Rock County man learned his prison sentence after the drugs he sold killed a young woman.
Rock County reporter Adam Duxter joins us with how this sentence could send a message to the community when it comes to the opioid epidemic. Adam?
Eric and Charlotte, just days before Christmas in 2018, a young woman died from overdosing on heroin laced with fentanyl. And today, the person responsible for giving her those drugs learned his prison sentence. As Chaz Harris entered the Rock County court today, both prosecutors and his defense felt they'd worked out an agreement.
This is a very serious crime. It's a very serious problem in our community. Not just ours, but throughout the nation.
Harris from Beloit pled guilty to first-degree reckless homicide for providing deadly drugs that killed the young woman. Judge John Wood speaking against his decision.
People are involved in drug use and the drug trade. Whether you're a user or a seller, you're engaged in a very deadly activity.
Harris's two attorneys argued it wasn't his intent to kill, but rather he was addicted himself, selling to afford his own habit.
This was an unfortunate and a tragic accident, and that is what it was. It was an accident.
Harris apologizing to the victim's family.
Never was it my intention to hurt, harm, or kill her in any type of way.
But in the end, Judge Wood decided to ignore the agreed recommendation of 5.5 years in prison, citing Harris's 20 prior misdemeanors and 6 felonies. Instead, Harris will spend the next 7 years in prison and the following 10 in extended supervision. After court, I caught up with the victim's family, who told me they're glad this process is over, and they see Judge Wood's decision to lengthen that sentence as a sign that he's getting very serious about the Rock County opioid epidemic.
A former UW-Madison football player is now officially charged in the double murder investigation in Janesville. According to court documents, Marcus Randall L. is now facing 2 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. Randall L. reportedly turned himself in to Chicago law enforcement last weekend. He's accused of killing 2 women, Brittany McAdory and Sierra Winchester, who were found dead along the side of a road near the interstate in Janesville on February 10th. Court records show she was spotted on surveillance in one of the victim's stolen Jeeps after the crime had happened. The Middleton Cross Plains School District says around 20 students have been suspended and received athletic code violations after an incident where nude photos of minors were shared. District spokesman Perry Hibner says additional suspensions and/or athletic code violations could be coming as the investigation continues. Back on February 11th, the Middleton Police Department was notified that students at the high school may be involved. That's when the case was handed over to the DOJ.
Former principal at Jefferson Middle School, who was on an extended leave of absence, now has officially resigned from her position. Will not be returning to the school or the district. According to a letter sent to parents today, Dr. Tequila Kurth says that his decision came after the BB gun incident where a student shot 2 classmates while getting off the bus, and the anonymous release of that student's disciplinary history. She says after that, she started to receive threats. She wrote in part, quote, while hiding behind anonymity for months, they've been engaging in a campaign of harassment, targeting me, sending me scores of bizarre, threatening emails. It's gotten to the point where, for months, I have legitimately feared for my safety. To read the full statement, we have it available at our website, channel3000.com.
We are looking ahead to a warm-up this weekend. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti has our first warm forecast. Gary.
Charlotte, temperatures were warmer today than they were yesterday. We had highs today in the middle 30s compared to the teens that we had yesterday, and the time lapse from the WISC Skycam showed that we had almost no cloud cover through the day today. In fact, as we headed towards sunset, you can see the sun setting in the western sky, just a few airline contrails moving on through, and that was pretty much about it. Temperatures over the next 12 hours will bottom out in the lower 20s by tomorrow morning and then start climbing into the upper 20s by mid-morning. By late afternoon, look for high temperatures at the top of the 40-degree mark with an expected high of 41 with partly sunny skies. We'll see similar temperatures for Sunday, but some snow is on the way for early next week. I'll tell you when you can expect it in just a few minutes.
A California Highway Patrol pilot says his autopilot saved him, allowing him to keep control of his plane after getting hit with a high-powered illegal laser pointer. The incident was captured on video. The officer was returning from another call when out of nowhere the laser flashed right into his eyes, momentarily blinding him. Cameras quickly zeroed in on the source of the beam, and the suspect was surrounded and arrested a short while later. The man now faces state and potentially federal felony charges. The jury in the Harvey Weinstein trial will reconvene and continue deliberations on Monday after being unable to reach a verdict today. It was the 31st day of the criminal trial in New York City. Weinstein faces 5 charges, including first and second-degree rape. If convicted on all charges, he could face life in prison. A portion of the Husky refinery plant in Superior is still evacuated tonight. This comes after crews say they heard a loud popping noise while working on one of the company's towers. Officials say they are concerned about its structural integrity and a potential collapse. The refinery is still in the process of rebuilding after major damage from an explosion and fire in 2018.
Vice President Mike Pence will be making another trip to Wisconsin next month. The White House announcing today he will attend and speak at a Women for Trump event on March 5th in Onalaska. It'll be held at the Stony Creek Hotel starting at noon. Rock County law enforcement will be pitching in to help during this summer's Democratic National Convention in Milwaukee. Beloit sending 8 members of its force to the DNC to help with crowd control. The police chief says his crew is trained to ensure public safety at large events. And tomorrow, all eyes will be on Nevada as Democrats head to the caucuses. Right now, Senator Bernie Sanders leading in the most recent polls in the Silver State. Nearly 75,000 Nevada Democrats have already turned out for early voting. The caucuses will be a high-stakes contest for candidates who underperformed in Iowa and New Hampshire.
Also today, the CDC is reporting an additional 13 children died from the flu last week around the country. That brings the total for the season to 105. The CDC began reporting stats on pediatric flu deaths in 2004, and compared to this year, only the 2009 flu pandemic resulted in more deaths at this point in the season. So a demolition company in Texas is learning a difficult lesson tonight after accidentally tearing down the wrong house. A crew tore down a 97-year-old house on the same street as the one that was actually supposed to be demoed. The company's owner says the house was empty, had no plumbing or electrical, and was missing a foundation, so they figured this was the right place. Some neighbors suspected something was off.
I got a call from my neighbor who lived across the alley from the house, and he said they're tearing down a perfectly good house. Do you know what's going on? And then he sent me the picture.
So I was pulling up just as the bulldozer and the, I guess, wrecking crew was getting out of here, so didn't think much of it, just thought, you know, another permanent demolition in the neighborhood.
Well, the house was actually owned by a man who lives in California. He inherited it from a friend who died 3 years ago and was planning to renovate it. He says he wants to be compensated for both the value of the house and its sentimental value.
I think he might have a case. A seawall collapsed into the ocean today in South Florida. This happened in Hollandale Beach outside a condo building. 2 cars parked there nearly went into the water but were towed away in time. No injuries were reported. Department store Gordman's is closing its Madison location at Easttown Mall. Its parent company, Stage Stores, didn't give an exact date but says it'll close in the near future. Gordman's filed for bankruptcy back in 2017. Wells Fargo was hit with a $3 billion fine today by federal authorities following the creation of millions of fake accounts over the years. The settlement with the Justice Department, years in the making, resolves the bank's criminal and civil liabilities for those fake accounts, the scandal that erupted nearly 4 years ago now. The deal does not, however, remove the threat of prosecution against current and former Wells Fargo employees.
UW Health's nurse residency program is celebrating their 19 newest graduates. The 12-month program prepares newly graduated nurses for the rigors of nursing work at an academic medical center. The UW Health Nurse Residency Program is one of only 31 in the country accredited by the Commission on Collegiate Nursing Education. A Madison West freshman is trying to raise money for a 7-year-old battling leukemia. Tia Byrne is one of a dozen Madison students competing to be one of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Students of the Year. Byrne is partnering with more than 30 businesses on Monroe Street to sell buttons where proceeds go directly to her Knocking It for Noah campaign, which will benefit 7-year-old Noah Sanger, who is battling cancer.
I've been like really honored to be a part of it, and I love helping out my community and raising money, and it makes me like so like happy that other people are also willing to help me, because I can definitely not do it alone.
We were so touched when Tia and her team came to us because they were passionate about raising money for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society.
Tia says her goal is to raise $30,000 by March 6th.
This weekend on CBS Sunday Morning, a story from the farm fields of Verona. If you live in the area, you know of the always expanding company Epic. But what happens inside is unknown to many.
One of the things that strikes me is that Epic has such a big reach, and it really impacts so many people's lives, and yet so many people have never heard of Epic.
I know. Yes, it's behind the scenes. We've stayed away from the press. We haven't advertised. We haven't put out press releases. And I don't know if that was a good thing to do or not.
A rare interview with CEO and founder of Epic, Judy Faulkner, and a closer look at what is called their intergalactic headquarters in Verona. You can watch that full story on CBS Sunday Morning. Still to come at 10, your full forecast. Things are set to warm up a bit this weekend. But
first, a local robotics team prepares for a trip of a lifetime. How you can help make it a reality. Straight ahead.
Attention. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services has officially authorized new benefits that Medicare Advantage plans may include. To get the benefits you deserve, you can call the Medicare Coverage Helpline.
Hi, I'm Joe Namath. If you're on Medicare, this is important information. I called the Medicare Coverage Helpline, and they instantly looked up my coverage. In this one simple call, they offered to enroll me in a plan that includes rides to medical appointments, private home aides, doctors and nurses' visits by telephone, and even home-delivered meals. The plan also includes dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage, all at no additional cost.
Don't delay. Call to see if the new benefits are available in your area.
Call the number on your screen now. It's free.
Call 1-800-662-3800. That's 1-800-662-3800 now.
Let's see. Why do professional builders and remodelers choose nuns? Looks to be reason number 245. Wow. Maybe it's that nuns takes care of just about everything. Oof. Yeah, that might not be the case when you shop online. So, why should you choose nuns? Well, isn't it obvious? Nuns, kitchen, bath, and flooring.
Go in the snow plus MPG, your Subaru Ascent from Don Miller. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and 27 MPG highway, the Ascent will get you through in great shape. It's the roomiest Subaru ever. The Ascent has third-row seating and space for 7 or 8 passengers. The 2020 Ascent Premium. Lease from only $319 a month, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, $19.99 due on signing. No security deposit. Don Miller Subaru, West on Odana or East Side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller.
For the first time ever, the Ashley Home Stores of Madison are hosting the biggest warehouse liquidation sale ever. And both area locations are packed with deals for this massive 3-day blowout. Hurry in this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only. And shop hundreds of clearance items, floor samples, special purchases, and scratch and dent items while they last. You could save more than 90% off furniture, mattresses, and top brand appliances. Pay just pennies on the dollar for sofas, sectionals, recliners, beds, dining sets, mattresses, washers, dryers, and so much more. Bring your truck or trailer because everything must go. 3 days only at Ashley Home Store.
We're getting a taste of spring this weekend, the perfect weather to head out to dinner.
And although Madison has a jam-packed culinary scene, it's missing one thing, a Filipino restaurant.
We'll introduce you to the group working hard to change that Saturday morning.
Well, check this out. Surrounded by photographers on the ground and overhead, this roughly 400-pound female bear made a leisurely stroll through some Southern California neighborhoods today. The state's black bear population has been on the incline. Experts now estimate between 30 and 40,000 of them. While they generally do stay up in the mountains, explorers like this one sometimes wander into neighborhoods looking for food. After about 6 hours on the prowl, that was enough fun for one day. The Department of Fish and Wildlife tranquilized the bear, brought her back safely to the mountains.
A Stoughton High School freshman needs your help making the school track team this spring. Ella Phillips has a disability that causes mobility issues. Right now, she uses a walker to get around. The problem is that's not allowed on the track or in competitions. So there's a fundraiser this weekend to raise money to buy her a racing wheelchair so she can compete with her peers. And she would love it if you came to her fundraiser, and she told us what it would mean to her.
So happy that I could see my friends and compete and try to win a lot.
The fundraiser is this Sunday at Vikings Brew Pub in Stoughton from 2 to 5. The goal is to raise $5,000 for Ella's racing equipment. And if you cannot make it but would still like to help, there is information on where you can donate at channel3000.com. The Beaver Dam Middle School robotics team is heading to Japan for an international competition, one of just 8 American teams.
And not only are the students designing some pretty cool robots, they're also making a difference in their community. Amanda Quintana reports.
These are the Mega Minds, one of 2 Wisconsin robotics teams participating in the first LEGO League's international competition.
Should be up here, but it's not.
The middle school has made it to state competitions in the past, but this is the first global competition for Beaver Dam.
I didn't ever think that we were going to go to Japan, which is pretty crazy to think about for me because I never thought we were going to make it this far.
The competition will host teams from 60 countries worldwide. Team coach Brian Lerwick says it's a great feeling to see them qualify, but what the team has already accomplished here at home could be even more impressive.
It's very rewarding for us as coaches, but also, it's great to see the enthusiasm of the kids when they made it. They did well.
The competition isn't just about building robots. Teams are also tasked with finding and solving a community problem to present at the competition.
We talked to our mayor and we found out that vacant buildings are a big problem in Beaver Dam. They have a lot of environmental issues and safety issues, and we actually have 29 vacant buildings in Beaver Dam.
The middle schooler's solution, a family and teen entertainment center, which caught the attention of a local investor.
We didn't think that it would become a reality because most projects that are presented in FLL competitions, they don't become a reality. It's just a hypothetical situation. But this year we're really excited because we get to give back to our community.
Win or lose, the impact they're making at home is something they can be proud of.
Well, coaches have started a GoFundMe as well to help all 9 team members pay their way to the competition.
And they hope to raise more than $2,000 for each student, including flights and passports for, again, every student.
Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joining us now, and we got a little sunshine, a little breezy out there today, but it just felt good to be a little warmer and feel the sun and more this weekend.
Yeah, temperature should be in the lower 40s next couple of days, so get out and enjoy it. Chop away the ice that's been building up at the base of your driveway. Time lapse from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam today shows just how sunny it was. Try to find a cloud anywhere during the day across southwestern Wisconsin, and I don't think you could find one. Still quite a bit of snow cover, so as we melt a little bit of that, with temperatures getting up above freezing during the afternoon, that could lead to some patchy fog the next couple of nights. But notice, you don't have to go too far to the south where there's little or no snow cover, so as long as the winds are out of the south and southwest, that will warm our temperatures up. And even today, while we were in the mid-30s to our south and west where there's very little snow cover, temperatures were in the lower to middle 40s. Marquette, Michigan actually made it up to 45 today. There's a patch of 40s up in northern Wisconsin, even though there's about 2 feet of snow on the ground there. Current temperatures are in the upper 20s to the lower 30s. Here in Madison, we've dropped to 29 degrees, but compared to 24 hours ago, that's still about a 20 to 25 degree improvement. So notice our temperatures are trending upward, definitely. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. It'll be mild this weekend with high temperatures in the 40s. Then we're expecting accumulating snow in the Monday through Wednesday time period. That'll be followed by colder weather at the end of next week. In fact, those temperatures that'll be above normal this weekend will drop below normal toward the end of next week, and they get back to around normal as we head into the following weekend. The weather pattern in the Pacific Ocean becoming more stormy. Notice the cloud masses dropping farther south in latitude as a couple of big storm systems move up toward the Aleutian Islands in Alaska, the Gulf of Alaska, and eventually head toward the United States. But this system spinning off the west coast, bringing some showers into the southwestern part of the country. But look at how little of the country has precipitation right now. Very unusual for this time of year, because this is when the jet stream starts to become a little more active. The southern part of the United States starts to warm up. Northern part stays cold, so we usually see a more stormy weather pattern. Not seeing it, at least right now. Upper level winds right now from the northwest, keeping the air dry, but near the ground, the winds are out of the southwest. So future track will bring those temperatures up into the 40s for tomorrow and for Sunday as well. See a little more cloud cover. And tomorrow night, we might even see some low clouds and fog form from that melting snow and the moisture that will condense when temperatures drop at night. But then during the day on Sunday, we'll see some sunshine. On Monday, the clouds will start to come in from the south. You can see this precipitation in the form of rain and snow. Right now, it's forecast to stay south of us for much of the day on Monday, but some of the later computer models are shifting that northward a little bit. And as far as the snowfall amounts are concerned, the longer range computer models, and again, this is from Monday through Wednesday, so this is not one big storm, but calling for about 6 or more inches of snow over southeastern Wisconsin and northeastern Illinois, about 3 to 6 inches in the Madison area. The other longer range computer model, pretty much it's the same numbers. So that gives us a little more confidence that we'll be looking at several inches of snow next week. For tomorrow, though, partly sunny skies, a milder day, high temperature topping out at 41. And on future track, you can see those temperatures dropping only into the low 20s tonight. Tomorrow, look for high temperatures in the lower 40s, lots of sunshine for tomorrow night. Again, some fog may form, low temperatures in the upper 20s, and then temperatures back in the lower 40s for Sunday. 7 to 10 day forecast. We drop off a bit, and that'll change rain to snow, especially from Tuesday night into Wednesday. That's when the best chances of accumulation are. And then toward the end of next week, a little colder weather, and then a little bit of a warm-up toward the end of next weekend.
Oh, that's not bad. We're going up, down. It's another roller coaster, but we've been surviving.
We're not seeing those dips down below zero.
Yeah.
So that's the important part.
All right, Gary, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Gary. An East Side showdown between the Hergolders and Lancers going into overtime tonight. The highlights from the top 2 teams in the Big 8. Next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
President's Day means more savings at the Brothers Maine President's Day Super Sale. Get in right now for the sale of the season with more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. We've got a lot more satisfaction for you at Maine, like up to 18-month 0% financing and free delivery to make life a little easier. Hey, there's more home satisfaction at the Moore store. The President's Day Super Sale. More selection, more savings, and more satisfaction today at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
It's perfect. Thank you for choosing our home. Here's a list of our favorite spots to help you live like a local. And here is our Spectrum Wi-Fi password and a channel guide to help you settle in.
Did you say Spectrum?
Experience the fastest starting speeds for the price with Spectrum Internet. At 200 megabits per second, you'll enjoy faster surfing, streaming, and gaming. Switch to Spectrum Internet for $44.99 a month. Call 833-902-4499. Then lose yourself in the best in entertainment with more HD and more free on demand. With thousands of free titles to choose from and the best in live TV, there's always something on. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Plus, download the Spectrum TV app for more ways to watch. Call 833-902-4499.
It happened again. You guys were supposed to leave yesterday.
Is that my robe?
Is it?
Lose yourself in the best internet and TV with Spectrum. Switch now from $44.99 a month each, all with no contracts. Call 833-902-4499.
Life's more rewarding at Blaine's Farm and Fleet during our Rewards Member Appreciation Weekend this Friday through Sunday. Not a rewards member? Sign up for free, in-store, online, or on the Farm and Fleet app. And this weekend only, earn double points for every dollar you spend. Plus, free giveaways on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the first 100 members through checkout. Life's more rewarding with double points during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Member Appreciation Weekend. Don't miss it.
When you try the new Tempur-Pedic Breeze, you'll feel how it helps you sleep cooler. So no more nocturnal baking or polar ice cap air conditioner mode. Because the Tempur-Pedic Breeze transfers heat away from your body. So you sleep cool all night long. Experience the superior cooling comfort of the Tempur-Pedic Breeze today.
For a limited time, shop Tempur-Pedic at Denver Mattress and save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Auto show concept cars are great, especially when affordability is part of the concept. Announcing Auto Show savings time at your local Ford dealer. Now get great deals on Explorer, Escape, Fusion, F-150, and more. Every Ford is proudly built with tomorrow's technology today, all with huge savings. Now that's a great concept. Now get 0 for 72 financing on a Ford F-150 or lease one for just $239 a month during Auto Show time at your local Ford dealer.
Well, the usual suspects at the top of the WIA boys state swimming and diving meet in Division 2 at least. Division 1 will hit the pool at the UW Natatorium tomorrow. Edgewood defending its team title, the Crusaders winning the diving portion, as well as the 200 medley relay, the 200 free, the 200 individual medley, among other events. Baraboo, McFarland, and Monona Grove rounding out the top 7 finishers. Well, lean forward Demetric Trice and Tyler Wall among the Badgers checking out the battle for the east side tonight. Pergolders with the ball up first here. Keontae Jones tosses it over to Javon Boynton. He lobs it in for 2. Then later, Dakovian Prather with the ball. He'll take it for a little bit, drives it in, a nice little one-hander to finish. Still a close game, though. Then Keyshawn Gibbs, he's got the ball. Only a sophomore for the Lancers. He gets one to go off the glass, but East keeping this one close against the undefeated Lancers. Jones with the ball again. This time he goes out to Michael McIntosh for 3. This game going into overtime, and East handing La Follette its first loss of the season. 90-85, the final score. Verona native and Wisconsin swimmer Beta Nelson having a night at the Big Ten Championships. In the 400 medley relay, she was part of the team that set a new school record. Nelson also dominating the 200 individual medley, breaking her own Big Ten record. Well, Wisconsin is the second-ranked team in the country right now behind Cornell. The Badgers on the road at 9th-ranked Minnesota Duluth, hoping for a season sweep that starts tonight. 4 different Badgers lighting the lab for Wisconsin. Sophie Shirley with her 27th of the season. Darrell Watts with goal number 23. Now game 2 of the series at 2:07 back in Duluth tomorrow again. They will go for the season sweep of the Bulldogs. The men's team with a little out of Big Ten game tonight, hosting 9th-ranked Arizona State. There were a lot of goals in this one, and both teams kept it close. But Roman Ashan back from injury for the hat trick and the go-ahead goal with under 2 minutes to go in the game. And Wisconsin wins 7-6 the final. Game 2 at 7 tomorrow at the Kohl Center. Well, it was a tough way to end the regular season for the Wisconsin wrestling team last night, but head coach Chris Bono looking ahead to what his guys will be doing on a national stage. The Big Ten Championships start in 2 weeks, so he's looking to leaders like Seth Gross and Tristan Moran to start focusing on their individual needs ahead of the conference competitions.
We got to start worrying about the individuals now that want to be at the NCAA tournament. The individuals that want to go be All-Americans and national champions. It's time for our guys to get selfish. It's time for them to worry about themselves. And we're 2 weeks away from the biggest tournament of their lives.
Finally hitting the links tonight at the World Golf Championship in Mexico. Sungjae Im here with a shot on 7, and the ball actually lands in the water and then somehow pops back out onto the green. What happened there? He would par the hole. He's currently tied for 22nd place. We'll be right back.
I think the concrete liner as well as the water, maybe.
Built for your next adventure, it's the 2020 Subaru Crosstrek Premium at Don Miller. With symmetrical all-wheel drive, the Crosstrek has vehicle dynamics control and EyeSight driver assist technology. Lease the Crosstrek Premium, $239 per month plus tax, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, no security deposit, $1939 due at signing. Get all-wheel drive plus MPG. The 2020 Crosstrek Premium at Don Miller Subaru, West on Odana or East Side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller.
Exciting things call for a drum roll, like this new offer on one of Wisconsin's favorite lotto games. It's Badger 5 Double Jackpot Days. If a jackpot is won, there's a 1 in 2 chance that it doubles. This offer is included with every Badger 5 purchase, only in February. This exciting offer from the Wisconsin Lottery is going fast.
Steinhaffel's President's Day sale is ending soon. Last chance to save 35 to 75% store-wide, plus an extra $100 off. Get incredible bonus buys like this reclining sofa, $399, sectional, $799. Plus, get an extra 10% off all Legacy Kids collections. All this, plus 60 months special financing. Steinhaffel's has the largest selection of quality furniture and mattresses for every budget. Hurry in. Steinhaffel's President's Day sale ends Saturday.
So my son says to me, Mom, did you switch your Medicare plan yet? And I say, yes, Robert. Dad and I signed up for a Medicare Advantage plan through Senior Preferred. And he says, Senior Preferred? And I say, yes, Senior Preferred. They give us access to the doctors we want and the drug benefits we need. And he says, that's nice. So how is Dad doing? And I say, your father is fine. My living room, on the other hand.
Senior Preferred. Medicare Advantage plans built for you.
At U.S. Cellular, we're building a powerful new 5G network in Wisconsin that breaks down barriers. Because it's only fair that you get uninterrupted service, so you can work without obstacles and stream without disruptions. It's 5G that works where you need it. 5G is coming soon to Wisconsin. Get $500 off all 5G-ready Samsung Galaxy S20 smartphones when you pre-order. U.S. Cellular. Choose fair.
Dear Wallet, Toyota President's Day is on. Load up on tech. Load up on style. Load up on fun. And load up on savings. Hurry, get a historic deal before it's history. See you soon, your new Toyota. Right now, get $1,000 TFS cash when you finance a new 2020 RAV4 or lease a new RAV4 for $239 a month. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Have a consumer issue? Contact the News 3 Now Call for Action team.
Finally tonight, the cast of Friends has confirmed today they are launching a reunion special on HBO Max. The service begins in May. The special, which had been long rumored and anticipated by Friends, will be available at the debut. Oh, fans, sorry.
You got Friends on your mind.
Oh my gosh, will be available at the debut of HBO Max.
She's a little, excited about it.
So excited.
That was her show back in the day, right?
What is that show?
One of your shows.
It was so good, Gary.
Gary's favorite show was The Honeymooners, right?
Okay, go back to the 50s.
Little before Friends.
I don't know what that is.
It's a Gary show.
You don't have enough time to explain
Make it stop.
It's a Gary show.
Well, we've got temperatures on the mild side for the weekend. We're only going to drop a few more degrees to the lower 20s by tomorrow morning. Highs tomorrow in the lower 40s, and we'll be in the lower 40s for Sunday. Then some snow chances early next week, followed by cold weather, and then a warm up toward the end of next weekend.
Thanks for joining us.
Do something good and have a great weekend.